In this two-parter, we are going to memorize the countries and capitals of South America, and we're going to memorize them in geographical order, which will allow us to also memorize how it all looks on a map. Every bit of this can be easily accomplished with the help of a simple mnemonic story. Mnemonic Tales. We will memorize each of the countries and their respective capitals in the following order. This route allows us to pass through each country only once. It also forms the shape of an S, which some might find helpful. We will memorize the first 7 in this episode. The rest will be covered in part 2. The first nation in our route is Suriname, whose capital is Paramaribo. Next, Guyana, capital Georgetown, followed by Venezuela, capital Caracas, then Colombia, capital Bogotá, Ecuador, whose capital is Quito, Peru, capital Lima, and Bolivia, a nation with 2 capitals, Sucre and La Paz. Sucre is the official or legal capital, while La Paz is considered to be the de facto capital. The substitutes that you will see in the story were chosen based on phonetic similarity and story fit. They are not cultural, satirical, or political references. With that being said, let's get to it. Suriname and its capital, Paramaribo. The story begins with a religious sermon in which the preacher is explaining a parable. Sermon is the substitute for Suriname. Parable is the substitute for Paramaribo. Sermon, Suriname, parable, Paramaribo. Next is Guyana and its capital, Georgetown. The sermon is interrupted by a guy on a bike who is riding with his shorts down. Guy on a bike, the Guyana part, is the substitute for Guyana. Shorts down is the substitute for Georgetown. Guy on a, Guyana. Shorts down, Georgetown. Venezuela and its capital, Caracas. Wrapped around the guy's neck is a venomous snake that has maracas for its rattle. Venomous snake is the substitute for Venezuela. Maracas is the substitute for Caracas. Venomous snake, Venezuela. Maracas, Caracas. Colombia and its capital, Bogotá. The strange individual exits and crashes into a column, which falls and lands on a pagoda. Column is the substitute for Colombia. Pagoda is the substitute for Bogotá. Column, Colombia. Pagoda, Bogotá. Ecuador and its capital, Quito. Water gushes from the now damaged pagoda, an apparent pipe burst. The gushing water launches a mosquito out of the building, allowing it to escape from the wreckage. Water is the substitute for Ecuador. Mosquito is the substitute for Quito. Water, Ecuador. Mosquito, Quito. Peru and its capital, Lima. The mosquito lands on a bear who is picking lima beans, a convenient distraction for the mosquito. You could imagine this bear is the character Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear gives you all the pieces of the word Peru, but officially, Bear is the substitute for Peru. Lima is the substitute for Lima. Bear, Peru. Lima beans, Lima. Bolivia and its two capitals, Sucre and La Paz. The bear drops the lima beans into a bowl of gray soup, which it then scoops from the bowl with its massive paws to consume. Bowl is the substitute for Bolivia. Gray soup is the substitute for sucre, soup gray. And paws is the substitute for La Paz. Bowl, Bolivia. Gray soup, Sucre. Paz, La Paz. Now the quick version. A sermon in which a parable is being told is interrupted by a guy on a motorcycle with his shorts down who wears a venomous snake with maracas for a rattle. After exiting, he crashes into a column that falls on a pagoda, causing a gush of water that launches a mosquito to safety. The mosquito lands on a bear picking lima beans, which it adds to a bowl of gray soup that it consumes with its paws. I'll see you in part 2, but until then, be sure to imagine the items in vivid detail to ensure retention. Bye for now.